Kriks, and it's Christmas in July, and today I have a special guest, my son, my favorite middle son, Serge Krikorian.
Well, thank you for having me today. Christmas is a little bit different for our family. We've always done something untraditional. Instead of doing your regular turkey or ham or anything like that, we've always done dishes like this prime rib right here that we're going to make for you today, or we've done Indian, barbecue, Korean, Chinese, whatever.
Sometimes woke up the day of and decided what we're cooking for Christmas.
Yeah, you asked that morning, like, hey, what are we doing? I don't know. So today we're going to exhibit a few dishes for y'all. And
today is prime rib. It's really a very easy dish. It's like Brian and I always talked about, the fact that it's very forgiving. You don't have to spend the whole day cooking. You just gotta make sure you got it prepped and put it in the oven, get your times right, and you make this gourmet cook a dish for your family, or you can actually order it from me too.
Exactly.
Brian, let's go ahead and start with cutting a crosshatch on that prime rib. There we go. Go all the way through, all the way about an inch across. What you're trying to do right here is basically trying to make sure you go all the way to the meat so that the fat renders into the meat as it cooks.
So why would you want to do that?
That way the fat will actually absorb into the meat and makes it a lot more tender, and it brings it a lot more flavor. Man, you're doing a great job. Oh, except for that cut right there, buddy. Come on now.
That was a little bit too deep.
Yeah, a little bit too deep. We need perfection here, which is almost there. All right, we're almost there. One more. That's perfect. Now go ahead and I put this on the bottom just so that it stays dry, and that's the goal. Go ahead and take it off of it. There we go.
And what kind of ribeye?
This is a Black Angus. It's a prime. It's a prime ribeye, and it's boneless, obviously. And you can have it bone in, but the bone in usually takes a lot longer to cook, and it's a little bit more delicate. So that's why we picked this easy dish for everybody to use. I'm going to start with putting a little bit of oil on there. Go ahead and rub it in there. And the reason why you're doing that is that so that we have all that. Go ahead and all the way around. All the way around. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to go ahead and put it. There you go. The other side, and we'll do the bottom last. Let's go ahead and start with a little bit of salt, and salt right there. Be very liberal. Yeah, there you go, and I'll go ahead and turn it around for you right quickly. There we go. Let's go to this side. Gonna go ahead and add my oil while we got it, and go this side right here. There we go.
And is there a certain reason why you want to be super liberal with the salt?
You know, you're trying to get a nice little crust. As you know, if you have a steak, if you really cut into a steak, you usually put quite a bit of salt.
Yeah.
And you're just putting it on the outside, and you want that salt to go ahead and absorb in there to give it a lot of flavor. The next thing we're going to do, the pepper. Go ahead and do it with the pepper.
Is this, again, you want to do fairly liberal?
Not quite as liberal, but yes, you do. Again, you're adding a lot of flavor to it. And if you like pepper, man, put as much as you want to. But if you really want to, one of those that you really don't care to have too much pepper, go ahead and put a little bit less. Now, the key is, though, this is the key right here. What is this?
Of course, the garlic.
The garlic. Anytime you're actually having anything to do at the Krikorian house, you got to have quite a bit of garlic. And yeah,
a lot of garlic.
And garlic. Yes, there is.
There's no such thing as too much in the Krikorian household.
Go ahead. I'll go ahead and turn it over. Go ahead and rub it in.
Would you fresh garlic?
I'll use fresh garlic. Anytime you can, what I do is we use it, we get the fresh and go ahead and mince it up. I use this right here. I use it kind of like making a paste out of it, and that's just because, that's how I like it. But you can have it in little chunks if you want to. That's great.
You could also use garlic powder if that's what you prefer, or just have on hand.
If you don't like too much garlic, definitely use garlic powder. And then let's go ahead and put that rosemary on there.
And the rosemary is going to add just a little bit of freshness to this.
Absolutely.
Where you get I don't want to say a garden flavor, but kind of a garden flavor just to enhance it just a little bit extra.
Yeah, we need a lot more then.
If you do have fresh rosemary, you do want to take it off of the stick that it comes on.
Yep.
Stem is a beautiful word that it's sometimes referred as.
All right, let's get the other side, Brian. Man, we're doing real well. At this rate, we'll have this prime rib done in no time.
So when we're doing all this and you're preparing the same day, how long do you want to let it sit out?
I would like, well, if we're preparing the same day, I still want it to sit and marinate for at least every bit of a couple of hours. Let the garlic and the salt absorb in there, and then when you want to, before you put it in the oven, like you said, I think you're referring to the fact that bring it to room temperature. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
That's what it has to be probably about 45 minutes, depending on the size. If it's a big piece of prime rib, like this one is 4 pounds, this needs to be out there for probably about 35, 40 minutes to get it to closest to the room temperature.
And what we're doing right now is it's just a all-purpose flour. There's nothing special. You don't have to go to the store and buy a certain kind of flour. But what we're doing is we are creating a crust around this. So it's going to create a nice, beautiful crust to allow it to absorb all of those flavors and hold them in, rather than it sometimes leaking out throughout this whole process. And we got all sides. We didn't really get the bottom.
Why don't we do that too? There we go. There we go. That's perfect. And then what I'm going to do, and look at here, we got some red ones too. For Christmas, we'll put some red ones, some green peppercorns in there.
Just to make it just a little bit more festive.
More festive, that's right.
Not necessary, but we do like to add peppercorns just as in general, just for a quick little pop of flavor that pepper does give.
Exactly. All right. Now, after this sits and marinates, and then for about a couple of hours, and then we go ahead and take it out of the refrigerator. Make sure it's going to be probably, like we said, about 45 minutes. First thing you want to do, preheat that oven for about 425 degrees. Put it in there for about 10 minutes. Let this crust just get really, really color. Get the color on that crust and firm up. And then you turn it down to 75. And I would say probably 17 minutes per pound is what you need to leave it in there till it gets about 125 to 135, and that's basically what you're looking for. And then when it comes out,
you have the perfect medium rare, and at that time frame, that's what you're really going to get. The ends are going to be a little bit more cooked, so if you have someone that prefers just more of a medium cook like my mom does,
she wants that end crust every time.
Versus me, that I want the
rarest possible,
medium rare. That's what you're going to end up with that in the middle. So if you have someone that prefers, or the whole family prefers, a longer cook and a more well done cook, start inching that time up just a couple minutes per pound. That way you get that desired cook.
And always get it. You know what? Household thermometer is the most important to you. It makes a good cook into a great cook by making sure you don't overcook anything.
Yes, it makes sure I can actually cook the food that I have instead of depending on him to cook everything for me.
All right, there you go, Brian. After letting it cook for about an hour and 15 minutes, that's how long it took. This is almost ready for you to try.
Perfect, and I would love to have a taste of it today. And if you would love to have a taste yourself, we can do this for you through Vibrant Occasions Catering, or you can go to our website, vibrantoccasionscatering.com, where you would find the recipe yourself. We would love to cater your holiday meals if that's what you would prefer. But in the meantime, until then, I'm enjoying this. Thank y'all.
I don't get a fork or a knife. What do you think?
It's very, very good.
All right. Job well done.
So much.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this recipe, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. I'll see you next time.